Before I deliver the message sent by the Honorable Secretary Roy A. Simato, allow me to acknowledge the honorable gentlemen and beautiful ladies here on board. First of all is the Rear Admiral Danilo R. Rodelas, representative of the FOIC Philippine Navy. Rear Admiral Edgardo Tamayo, former Philippine Navy Vice Commander. Commander Norman Viola, Commander Naval Forces Northern Luzon Reserve. Colonel Ricardo Petrola, Assistant Chief for Civil Military Operations. Captain Constancio Arturo M. Reyes, Assistant Chief for Education and Training. Commander Joel Tamayo, Commanding Officer of BRP Gregorio Velasquez. Attorney Joaquin Pablo Escrivas, President JCI Manila 2018. Of course, Mr. Jim Jimenez, Co-Chairman and Sea of Life JCI Manila. And also the other familiar faces which I've encountered during my stay in the DNR who came into the office. Now it's a greeting from the DNR, which is isang makakalikasang pagpati po sa inyong lahat. So our DNR Secretary, the Honorable Roy A. Simato, wishes to extend his apologies for missing this event. Actually, this is my third time to encounter this project. If I may recall, the first one was the DNR Secretary was new then, and it was the project was presented to the DNR Secretary, and I was then the EMB Director. So I was called by the Secretary to also listen to the presentation. And then the next one, I was asked by the Secretary to represent him as well in the Zero Waste, which also I had the opportunity to have the photo opportunity with this statue that would be used in this project. And this is the third time. I think suki na ako. Diba? So as you would know, Secretary Simato is a man of, dedicated to his duty. He would really love to grace this event. It's just that prior to receiving the invite to this event, he had prior commitment, especially that it is a Monday. And Monday is scheduled for Execom, and for him, this is the day where he meets people, requests from private sector, from other government agencies, and I think he met some foreign dignitaries in the office right now. So he sends his congratulations to the JCI and the organizer, and his regard for the fellow important guests in this event. So allow me to read the message of the Honorable Secretary General Roy A. Simato. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources would like to thank the Junior Chamber International Manila, Philippines, for initiating its Sea of Life project. From what I gathered, the project aims to increase environmental awareness on the rapid degradation of our marine natural resources due to illegal fishing activities. JCI moreover intends to do through artificial reef planting, coral transplanting, and coastal cleanup, among others. May I note that the venue for the launch of the project couldn't be more perfect, as Manila Bay describes what environmental degradation is indeed. Despite its long and proud history, its world-famous picturesque sunset, and the bounty of ecosystem services that it has provided, we have, for lack of better expression, left Manila Bay for what it is now. December 18 of this year will mark the 10th year anniversary of the issuance of a mandamus on a cleanup, rehabilitation, and preservation of Manila Bay to the Supreme Court. Acting on a petition filed by concerned citizens, the High Court determined that DNR, MMDA, DILG, and 10 other respondent national government agencies were truly amiss with their duty protecting Manila Bay, resulting thus to its deterioration. To remedy such, the court ordered said government agencies to work together and restore the water quality of Manila Bay to Class SD and make the Bay area once again fit for swimming, skin diving, and other forms of contact recreation. 10 years after Though Mandamus agencies are doing its best to implement respective programs to comply with the Mandamus, we have yet to see significant impacts to improve the water quality. On other areas in the country, I am proud as the Secretary of the DNR for the successful rehabilitation of Boracay. But Boracay is not Manila Bay, not an island that you can just close for 6 months or so from tourists without causing a serious impact on the economy of the country. To start with, Manila Bay is and continues to serve as the main port of entry of the country. Indeed, records would show that half a century before Magellan discovered the Philippines, the waters of Manila Bay has already been receiving trade ships from China, Japan, Borneo, India, and Thailand, to name a few. And it has since stayed that way. Today, the whole Manila Bay area, which encompasses Metro Manila, Calabarzon, and Central Luzon, account for a big chunk of the national gross domestic product of the Philippines. Again, Manila Bay is not Boracay, for the simple reason that around 37 million people live within the Bay Area and depend directly or not on the resources it provides. These 37 million people, moreover, are divided and subdivided into 12 provinces, 246 municipalities, 46 cities, and 8,819 barangays. In contrast, Boracay Island is but part of the municipality of Malay and Inaglan province and is composed of just 3 barangays, Balabag, Manok-Manok, and Yapak, which combined population of only 46,000 as of last year. I'm stating these political, economic, and demographic differences between the case of Manila Bay and Boracay not to justify apparent difficulties to solve the issue of pollution in the former. Rather, I'm stating these facts to point out the complexity of the problem of Manila Bay. DNR and other national government agencies alone could not solve the problem. We need partners from different sectors. We need relevant and worthy programs from these sectors. And JCI's advocacy and initiatives to rebuild the environment are one of them. We salute JCI for its objective to build environmental awareness. But just as we have realized, we need to do more than that. We need to do and address the issue together using a reach-to-reef approach. We need to focus not only on one ecosystem, but the number of ecosystems related to and interconnected with each other. We need to see not only the trees in the forest, but the forest among other ecosystems and how they relate to one another and to us urban dwellers. For just as planting a tree here and there would not have much impact on air pollution or carbon sequestration, so much so doing our thing isolated from each other. We need to complement. Climate change is upon us, and we need to capacitate our citizens to help them adapt and mitigate its impact, including the predicted 1 meter sea level rise, which will affect 6 of our coastal cities facing Manila Bay and another facing Laguna de Bay. We need to work together to address the issue of our ever-shrinking green spaces. We need to climate-proof our cities. We need also to find sustainable solutions to the issue of waste management, both solid and liquid, and our dwindling resources. These are the challenges that we need to conquer and overcome. Sapagkat ikaw, ako, tayo, ang kalikasan. Thank you very much and more power to JCI.